When BLACKPINK announced their long-awaited comeback concert, fans across the globe held their breath. Everyone expected a massive spectacle, but no one could have predicted just how legendary the night would become. The lights, the music, the energy, it was beyond a concert. It felt like history being written in real time. But as the dust settled, fans and insiders began asking one crucial question: who was really pulling the strings behind the scenes? Because the truth is, what unfolded on that stage wasn't just the result of a production team or YG Entertainment's marketing machine. It was the quiet power of one member that truly turned this into a global highlight. And her name was Jisoo. Before we dive into the unexpected mastermind role Jisoo played, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We've got more explosive reveals about BLACKPINK's comeback era coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single one. Back to the stage. The concert opened in Seoul, but the magnitude of the event felt more like an international summit than a typical music performance. Global media swarmed the venue. Luxury brand executives, diplomats, A-list celebrities from Korea and abroad, all seated in the audience, not just as fans, but as guests of someone important. Someone they personally respected. And while Jennie, Lisa, and Rose were dazzling the crowd as always, insiders noticed something different about the way these VIPs entered the venue: escorted discreetly, greeted with warmth, and, in more than one case, seen sharing quiet smiles with none other than Kim Jisoo. At first, fans thought it was just coincidence. Maybe she was being polite. But as clips began circulating on social media, showing Jisoo embracing top executives from Dior, Cartier, and even major K-drama directors, questions started piling up. Why were these global power players not just attending, but making it known they were there for Jisoo? Let's rewind. After BLACKPINK's world tour ended in 2023, each member took their own path. Lisa stunned Paris with her luxury campaigns, Rose dove deep into indie music circles, and Jennie launched her own brand empire. But Jisoo? Jisoo quietly built relationships. Not just partnerships. Real, strategic, trust-based relationships with some of the most powerful individuals in the entertainment and fashion industries. And during BLACKPINK's group hiatus, she didn't retreat, she recalibrated. Sources close to the team revealed that during the comeback planning phase, it was Jisoo who personally reached out to several brand executives she had worked with through Dior and Cartier. But she didn't invite them to the concert as VIPs. She invited them as friends. People she had built personal connections with. According to an anonymous stylist, Jisoo isn't loud about it, but everyone who works closely with her knows she's respected not just for her image, but for her emotional intelligence. People listen to her. And here's where things get really interesting. Just 2 days before the concert, a private dinner was held at a luxury rooftop venue in Seoul. The guest list? A who's who of Korea's entertainment royalty and European luxury brand executives. Guess who hosted it? Not YG. Not a sponsor. It was Jisoo. That dinner, insiders say, wasn't just a gathering, it was a power move. A quiet one, sure. But one that positioned Jisoo not just as an idol, but as a connector. A bridge between industries, cultures, and visions. And that's why, when those same names were seen front row at BLACKPINK's comeback concert, people began to understand, this wasn't just about BLACKPINK returning to the stage. This was Jisoo's moment of influence. Midway through the concert, something subtle but powerful happened. During a segment when each member addressed the fans, Jisoo's message stood out. She didn't talk about herself. She talked about gratitude, for the people who believe in her, and for those who support BLACKPINK not just with applause, but with their presence. It might have sounded poetic to some, but for those who knew about the dinner 2 nights earlier, that line hit different. It was a nod. A recognition that she saw them, and that they saw her. Now here's the part you don't want to miss. According to a report from a French media outlet, one of the executives from LVMH who attended the concert had this to say afterward: It was one of the most extraordinary cultural experiences I've witnessed. But the heart of the night was Jisoo. She's not just an artist. She's a leader. Let that sink in. How often do we see K-pop idols praised by global brand heads not just for their influence, but for their leadership? Not their beauty, not their reach, but their ability to connect worlds. And this isn't just about high society. Even within the production team of the concert, Jisoo reportedly took on more creative input than ever before. She helped curate the theme of her solo stage, infused it with narrative elements from her recent acting work, and even hand-picked the visual transitions shown on the massive screens during her performance. A staff member from the lighting team shared anonymously that Jisoo had a vision. She was precise. She knew exactly how she wanted her segment to feel. Not just for the audience, but for the people watching from across the world. And watch they did. The concert broke live viewership records on multiple platforms, with millions tuning in globally. But what stunned many fans was that after the concert, the hashtags trending worldwide weren't just about BLACKPINK's return. They were about Jisoo specifically. Jisoo Unites Worlds and Queen Jisoo Power dominated X and Weibo, with fans creating compilation videos of her interactions with global figures throughout the night. There was even a moment caught backstage, a candid photo showing Jisoo speaking to a Hollywood director rumored to be scouting for a new international series. Her expression was calm, composed, yet clearly in control. This wasn't just Jisoo the idol. This was Jisoo the architect of opportunity, and here's a final twist that fans are now starting to piece together. One of the most unexpected attendees of the concert was a top executive from HYBE Corporation, yes, the parent company of BTS and many rising K-pop acts. While YG and HYBE have traditionally been seen as rivals, that individual was seen leaving the venue with a warm smile after hugging Jisoo. Not Lisa. Not Jennie. Not Rose. Just Jisoo. What could that mean for the future? Collaborations? Cross-agency partnerships? Or perhaps a sign that Jisoo is eyeing something even bigger than K-pop stardom, because let's be honest, Jisoo has always been seen as the quiet one. The elegant, poised member who lets others take the spotlight. But this comeback changed everything. She didn't just step into the light. She moved the spotlight, and now, the world is starting to realize, the BLACKPINK concert may have been the event, but Jisoo was the phenomenon. So, was this all part of a carefully orchestrated plan? Or was it just the natural result of years of Jisoo's genuine connections and silent hard work? Either way, one thing is now undeniable: Jisoo's role in BLACKPINK's success is far bigger than we ever thought. And as the group continues their comeback promotions, fans everywhere are watching not just what BLACKPINK does next, but what Jisoo chooses to do next. If you were as shocked by this as we were, let us know in the comments. What was your favorite moment from the concert? And do you think Jisoo is secretly planning something even more powerful behind the scenes? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of BLACKPINK, K-pop, and the game changers shaping global culture. Because in this new BLACKPINK era, the quiet ones? They're not just watching history. They're making it.